Good morning, good morning, good morning. Is this thing on? I'm just playing. Good morning. I'm going to try to wait. I know it's early, but I'm going to try to wait on a couple people to come on. As you know, as many of you know, I just came on Friday to give a little bit of talk about the stimulus payments, and of course, over the weekend, some things have been updated or changed since I made my video. So the first thing I want to talk about is that payments did start going out on Friday, and they will continue to roll out each day, even today. So there are some people, you may check your bank accounts, and you may have your stimulus payment today. It will say IRS, Treasury, and then it'll generally just say tax and then REF. It won't say stimulus. It shouldn't say stimulus. I don't know exactly, but I guess it might depend on the bank, but that is what it will show. Okay, so I wanted to come on and do an update. Or give some additional information because a couple of things have changed since I made my video. One of the main things is regarding the age of the people to receive your dependents to receive the $500 payment. So the age is under. You will not get a $500 payment for any children or dependents on your tax return who are 17 and up. So that means 17 and up for the last tax year that you filed. So if you are someone who filed 2019 tax return, which means you filed taxes beginning January 15th of this year to present. If you have children, and I understand that's going to be, morning, Jonte. I understand that's going to be a little irritating because 17 years old means they probably were a senior in high school. For example, me, my daughter, that was 17. She was 17 in 2019, the entire year. Actually turned 17 the entire year and was in high school and in college in that year. But yes, so just wanted to tell you that so that you can hopefully be aware. You're not surprised. You're not frustrated. I mean, you could be frustrated, but the reality of it is it's money you didn't have. What much money you weren't expecting anyway. So whatever you get, I would just say be grateful. But I do want you to be prepared. You're not going to get nobody on the phone. Nobody's going to explain to you why you didn't get it and your child's still in school and they 17. If you filed 2019 tax return, excuse me, and I did brush my teeth this morning, y'all. If you did file 2019 tax return and your child was 17 or above during the tax year of 2019, you will only get a payment for yourself. If you filed with your spouse, you'll get a payment for yourself and your spouse. No child over 17 or older. Now, if you got any questions, you can definitely put them in the comment section because then I'll answer. If you did not file your 2019 yet, and the most recent return that they have is 2018, then of course it will be whatever the age the child was at that 2018. But most people who got children and who are looking for a refund have filed, which I will go ahead and be honest and say that's probably the reason why they were saying if you're due a refund, to go ahead and still file and try to file before April 15th, because then that would eliminate many people from getting the stimulus check for their child as well. Because if you rush and go file, and now you file by April 15th, and you had a child that was 17 during tax year 2019, they will give you a refund and all that, but now that's gonna cut you out for your child $500 stimulus payment, because you've now updated your information, and they are reading it based off of your current 2019 tax return. Y'all, it's always something. So that's why I just say, just be grateful for what you have. So I wanted to talk about when they're going to start rolling out the payments. Like I said at the beginning of the video, the payments started rolling out on Friday. That's when the first payments were sent. There are some to be sent today. They're going to be, but their goal is to, on April 15th, to have most of the majority of all the payments out. They're expecting to send out over $10 million, $10 million payments to people that should, I guess, technically qualify, or everyone who's going to be getting a return. Now, you will not understand, because I have a lot of, and you can tell your children this, that your children that are, if you have children that are in college or high school, and they work, and they filed their taxes, which is good, and they've gotten their little refunds or whatever. Understand, this is one of the key things I want you to understand. Understand, you will not get a payment for anybody 17 and older on your tax return. And those people, even if they worked and they filed their own tax return, they will not get a stimulus payment if they were claimed on someone else's tax return. So get that. That's as of now, today's date. Whatever time this is, I'm making a video. This is the most recent information. Okay? So that means mothers, because parents are on disability and stuff, and you help take care of them, and and so they're on your tax return, and you're like, oh, okay, well, I didn't have to get the money for her. But a lot of times, I know a lot of seniors, or people on Social Security, disability, SSI, all that, they're like, oh, well, they said we're going to get our check or whatever. We're going to get a check too. They will get a check if they're not claimed on someone else's tax return. If they are claimed on somebody else's tax return, they are not going to get a payment. Okay? All right. There is a link, and I'm going to put the link under this video, so that way I don't have people calling me and texting individually for it. So I will put a link in the comments under this video, the link to the IRS site and page for information regarding the stimulus payment. And that link will provide. Now, I'm going to explain this really quick. It says non-filers. The first section is going to say non-filers, and it's going to be in blue, and it's going to allow you to fill in. Non-filers means you're someone who does not file a tax return. That section is only for people who do not file a tax return and want to see if they are eligible to receive a stimulus payment. And if they see that they are eligible, then that means they got to go file a tax return in order to possibly get a stimulus payment. Okay? So that's the non-filer section. That's not the section that most of you will be filling out. Most of you are going to need to fill out the section underneath, and it's going to say, get my tax payment, or get my stimulus payment, or something like that. Get my payment. Right now, that area is gray. Gray means you're not going to be able to click it. Eventually, I'm going to put it under the link so you have it already. I'll put it under the video so that you have it already. But eventually, that is supposed to turn blue as well. What is that? What is that? Am I bright enough, y'all? What is that section for? That section is for anybody who expects to get their check mailed. People who will possibly get your check mailed are someone who got your check mailed for your refund in the first place. You didn't have a straight direct deposit from the IRS. Anyone who went to a tax professional, someone who went to a tax preparer such as myself, and you got your refund on a Walmart debit card, or you got your refund on a cashier's check. You got your refund on one of your own prepaid debit cards. If that is the case, it's an extreme possibility, and right now it's looking like, based on what my bank alerted us regarding that. It looks like you guys would be slated to have your checks mailed as well. So if you don't want your check mailed, that link that I'm going to give, you will go, and if you have updated bank account information now, you will go in there, answer verifying information, and be able to provide your direct deposit information. Now, the problem with that I don't know for sure, but just me having common sense and being in this for a while, is that the link is not available yet. And they are already sending out payments. So I don't know if they get to your name and you are a mailed person. I know that it's not gonna get mailed when they get to your name, because mailed checks are not being mailed out until May, until the beginning of May. They will start mailing out checks at the beginning of May. So I don't know if they will revisit the people who are supposed to get mailing. If you go in and update your information, if it will re-trigger to put you back in the direct deposit pile and your payment will be sent early, I'm not sure. I guess what we're going to all have to do is, once the link opens and somebody has the and I'd ask, if you're watching this as you, and the link opens and you go ahead and update and put your direct deposit information in, if you end up getting a check within a week or so, or prior to May, prior to the mailing date, please come in and find this video again and make a comment and alert the people what will happen, or that happened, because we don't know. And it's kind of weird because they're sending out payments already, but they haven't opened the link yet to update or to put your direct deposit information. I'm going to give a quick tip I found out over the weekend as well. I know a lot of people use Cash App. Well, of course, Cash App, and just like any other business company, wants to get in on a way to get some money. So what Cash App has done over the past few days has now made it where they provide each person who have a Cash App, they provide you with a routing number and an account number. Now, I don't know if you have the Cash App cards or not. You don't have to have a Cash App card, but the reason why Cash App did that is because now people who are unbanked, there are people who just don't have a bank account. You people who are unbanked, or anybody who is unbanked, you can now go in your Cash App, get your Cash App bank routing and account number, and you'll be able to use that to put for direct deposit information if you were going to be a mail check person, and then now your money can get direct deposit to your Cash App account. So just wanted to put that out there just in case anybody didn't know. But I think that's it. Just update children 17 and older, at the time of the most recent tax return that you filed, that they are using to determine what you're going to get, you will not get a payment for them. They can file, they filed, if they work, they're not going to get a payment for themselves either. Payments have started rolling out. They are planning and wanting to have all payments out by April 15th. But payments did start getting released as early as Friday. I am going to put the link to update your banking information. Do not check the non-filers area. You're waiting for it to say that area that's gray to say, get my tax payment. You're waiting for that to turn blue so that you can click and put in direct deposit information if that is what you want to do. If you want to wait, your check will be mailed beginning of May. There is a blue line under the Get My Payment where it says change my address or correct my address. You can click that link. If you are like, you know what, I'll just wait and let it get mailed. But if you know that your information on your most recent tax return, maybe your address wasn't right, maybe your apartment number was missing, simple stuff like that, go in the link I'm going to put after this. No, because it's not going to let me do it. And then definitely go ahead and change your address, okay? So I think if anyone doesn't have any questions or anything regarding it, because I think Of course, I got more questions over the weekend, and so I just wanted to come on and give an update because I want to definitely apologize to any of my clients if you text me after I sent you a text with the information, and if I seemed short. That's why I hate texting in a sense, because you can't tell the tone of the person when they're responding. And if I seem short and said, hey, read the whole text, or hey, watch the video I posted on Facebook or something like that. I do this because then it's easier. I send text, and then I do videos because it's just easier to get all the information to everybody at one time. We're human, you know. I don't want to repeat myself 5,000 times. And so it's easier for me and for you to have the information right in front. You have a question, Taisha? You want to? Don't wait. Ask it. It may help somebody else who's on. Ask it. Ask it. I'm here. I'm answering. Um, so, but yeah, please ask it, because it may be a question somebody else has, and we can help them as well. When I'm doing this here, I'm open to answer all the questions or whatever, which is the reason why I'm doing it, because then people can go back and watch, the video and get an answer. Do I look really dark? I swear I look dark, and of course I'm in my same recording spot. But so I want to just apologize if I seem quick or impossibly rude in a text message or something. I wasn't wanting to be rude. I just want people to have the up-to-date information, and that's why, my texts are long sometimes, but that's because my goal is to answer every question that could possibly be asked in that text. But the key to getting the answer is making sure you read the full text, or the key to getting the answer is making sure you watch the full video, because I generally try to explain. I know sometimes stuff can be confusing when I do try to explain, but that's why I want to come back on with the video and just clearly state, if you used a tax professional and you got your refund in a prepaid debit card of your own, a Walmart debit card that myself or your tax professional provided, or a cashier's check, you will need to go into the link that I'm going to post in the comment section after this and put your direct deposit information in. Oh, excuse me. In the area that says get my tax payment or get my payment, in order to get your refund, get your stimulus payment direct deposited to you. If you do not fill that in, but your information on your most recent tax return is correct, checks will begin being mailed out on at the beginning of May is what I'm saying. I'm not giving a date. The beginning of May is what they said. If you are someone where your information, you're slated to be a mail check as of now, and they've gotten to your name to try to make your deposit already, or got to your name to give you your payment already, which means they skipped over you. And because I'm not knowing how they're handling that, but they obviously are skipping over some people because they've started making payments. I am not sure if once that link opens up. Oh, I did? Okay, good. Look at me. I'm psychic. Not I'm just saying. So, and if that link opens up and you update your information, or you go ahead and put your direct deposit information in there, I don't know how that's going to work. Like I said, I'm Moe the Tax Pro, so I ain't lying to you. I don't know if that re-triggers your information, and then they now go ahead and put you back in queue and make you a direct deposit, or if they revisit you at the beginning of May, because that they've put you in the mail category. I'm not sure. I asked that if somebody, when you do that, if you end up getting your payment, let us know. If you can come back to this video and put in the comments how long it took once you updated, or once you put your direct deposit information in, for you to get your stimulus payment. So please let us know, because I don't know how that's going to work. But reality is, it's almost mid. See, I have somebody in my inbox right now asking me a question about what their kids are asking them about getting a payment, which means they see me live right now. It, uh, but instead of, and I'm not sure, are you on here watching the video? So, Heavenly Father, give me patience. So instead of being, I don't want to call it respectful, but in a sense respectful, and just turn on the video and seeing what I'm saying, and you get the answer, you're gonna go in my inbox and think I'm gonna give individual time, and they're not even my client. Anyway, so I'm not answering. Hopefully they'll watch this video, which they obviously see it because you're not asking me right now, ironically right now while I'm making the video. Anyway, I'm venting. Oh, my life. So I think that is it. I just want to give up-to-date information. Starting Lord, April 15th. Right, Taisha. Uh, um, the goal is to have all of the payments out, but they have started. So if you hear people saying, oh, I got my payment already, I got my payment. They did start sending out on Friday. So there are some people who did get their payment. What I can give a tip is if you're someone who's probably with a federal credit union or federally backed prepaid card, like a NetSpend or something, you are probably going to get your payment. Those people are going to get their payments first. Why? Federal. All right. All of us regular people, you know me. If you're in my savings club, you'll hear what my suggestions are in regards to different bank accounts. If you're not, you can definitely join it. Now you got $10 to go ahead and get started and join. It's on my MoniqueJAcademy.teachable.com. But tips on how to be the fastest or to get out of situations or get help or get more money with different situations or faster and things like that. I provide that information in that savings club, and you would be able to possibly have information to put yourself earlier up on the totem pole when times like this come. So I guess that's it. Recap. Won't get any stimulus payments, so that $500 that they're talking about people will get for their children, you won't get it if your child is 17. Any dependent is 17 or older at the time of the most recent tax return that you filed. You won't get a payment if you haven't filed up to at least 2018 tax return. Donald Trump, please get off my screen. So anybody on your tax return, 17 and up, you're not getting money for. Yes, that sounds absolutely crazy that you could have a 17-year-old child and they don't, and you're in this situation right now and you don't get anything for that child. And even if that child filed their own tax return, they wouldn't get anything for themselves. Now, the other side of that coin is you didn't have it anyway. You wasn't expecting it anyway. So be grateful for what you are getting. But for the fact of their concept is to help the Americans and help people who haven't been able to work and give you some money to help pay your bills or expenses and things that because you've been home and you aren't able to work. The concept that could possibly happen with only $1,200, and you have just say you got 3 kids and they all are 17, 18, and 19. And which means they probably all are still at home, which means they're either in college or they're in high school, and they are you have a household of 4 people, and they're going to give you one $1,200 check. That part is very interesting and crazy, but it's fact. That's the way it's going to be. So understand that. Now, I had somebody ask me, is that for every adult? I don't even think I answered because I was like, the text say $1,200 each. But however, I'm gonna put that out there. If you file married, you will get $1,200 for you, $1,200 for your spouse. Married filing joint. If you filed single, you will get the $1,200. Oh, let me clear up something else too, because a lot of people are like, oh, I'm not going to get it because I make too much. Because they heard if you hit a household and you make over $99,000, that's like the limit for the $1,200. Understand, y'all, that's the limit that's the income limit for the $1,200. That doesn't mean you're not getting a payment. It's kind of just like earned income credit. For earned income credit, you need to make at least one amount, which is like around $11,800 or so to get the maximum earned income credit if you have at least 2 children. But you can't make over, I think this most recent year is around $17,000, $18,000. Because when you do, then that earned income credit is going to start going down. That's the same way that it is with this payment. If you make over that limit that they gave you, just say head of household, which is $99,000. If you're single, it's $75,000. If you make over those amounts, you will get a payment. It will just start dropping down from $1,200 with the more money you make over that limit or that maximum amount of income that they gave. You're not getting one. So understand, because I ain't worried about it. I mean, don't worry about it, but you know, just because they read or they listen to the news and then they don't, research, which is the reason why I come here and do that, because I just know that's not what people do for a living. That's not what you do. And so you trust that what you see on the news, or even like now what I'm telling you, but a lot of times they're grazing over it so fast that they don't get into detail. And of course, if you know me, that's just me. I'm meticulous. I'm a researcher. I'm a detailed person. And so I just like to give details, because I know, like, I'm like most people, we want to know the detail. If not, we are out here sharing half but information. And I just don't want anybody who is in my realm to ever meet me and get information from me to have half information. So this information you're getting this morning is the most up-to-date, fully, as I say, ask questions, because I can't think about every question, but ask questions because it may be something that I left out. But I'm trying to really think about every question that could be asked. And then, of course, yes, that's $500 each child, 16 and under on your tax return as well. What did somebody ask me? Oh, somebody said, oh, I know I ain't getting no payment no way because I owe them. I know, well, maybe they didn't read anything or something. Or, well, I'm going to say this one more time in my video. The only people who will not get a payment because your refund is usually offset are child support, people who are behind and owe child support. If you have a current balance with the IRS, Department of Treasury, and you've had it for years, you still got it. But that is not going to intercept your CARES Act stimulus payment. That means it won't be offset for you owing back taxes. It won't be offset because your student loans are in default. If your student loans are in default, please visit CALENDLY.com/Monique J. MONIQUEJE. Please visit there, schedule a 15-minute consultation, because no, you won't be affected this tax year on a stimulus payment or your refund if you filed, if you got your refund after March 5th. But you need to take care of your student loans being in default. I can help you with that. We can get it situated. Let's get it situated before next tax season, so you ain't rushing or looking shocked when you're expecting your big refund and your money get taken because of student loans. Because this is only being waived during this tax season, during this COVID-19 situation. So, but you will still get your refund. All other reasons your refunds would be offset, you will get your CARES Act stimulus payment. You will not get it. And it's men and women who owe back child support. That is it. That's all. So don't say, well, I ain't found because I ain't gonna get it up no way because I always owe them and I owe them. That ain't got nothing to do with this, okay? I'm gonna say it one more time. It has nothing to do with this. So you cannot file and make sure that you're at least current up to 2018 if you want to. But unfortunately, just because you know you're gonna owe, unfortunately, you just gonna miss out on the $1,200. And maybe you don't need it. I mean, but don't let thinking, oh, because I owe them already and I'm going to owe them anyway, don't let that be the reason why you miss out on the $1,200 because you still will get it. Okay, I think, excuse me, I wanted to give some quick information for anybody whose refund was already offset for student loans. If your refund was offset for student loans, which means they took your refund this year, a portion of it or all of it, because you owed student loans, and that happened after May 5th, I'm sorry, March 5th, moving forward. If your refund was offset or taken or anything for student loans March 5th and after, you're going to, Jesus, I need to get the number. Hold on, you guys. I'm sorry, I need to get this information. I apologize. Should have had it with me. But you're going to call the Department of Education. I'm going to get the exact number for you. This is March 5th. Understand, keep the note on the date March 5th. And the reason the date is March 5th, because that is the day or around the time where they declared the corona situation a national emergency. I'm going to give you a phone number for the Department of Education to call, because you can let them know, hey, my refund was offset after the date of the national emergency and I want to request my money be refunded back to me, because they are required to refund you your money that was taken, because now that offset has been waived. Remember? So if it has been waived, just because you happen to file your taxes before they passed the CARES Act doesn't mean that you
don't overpay for camera
doesn't
gear.
mean it's not retroactive from the date of the CARES Act, because that's the way that it goes. Once they make a law, once they pass a law, or whatever, then what you do is they have to go back, and anybody who's been affected by what went on prior and to fit in this situation, then they have to go ahead and give the money. So I'm trying to find the number. I apologize. I've sent it to 7,000 people. Let me just see. Give me 1 second, everybody. Okay. So let's see. And of course, I don't want to come out of the video because I got it directly. I usually know all this stuff by heart. It's 800. Can't remember the first three numbers, but it's 3115. Let me see. Again, I apologize, y'all. Okay. No, I don't want to do that. I'm just not going to do that. I'm not going to come out the video. Let me just see. I'm gonna try one more time. If it doesn't come up what I know the number is, I'm gonna just okay. It is 1-800-621-3115. 1-800-621-3115. Why do you want that number? Why are you calling that number? You are calling that number if your tax refund was offset for student loans being in default this year after March the 5th. So if your refund was due, just say March 10th, and you was waiting and nothing came, or you was waiting for $8,000 and you got two, and you call the number. Now you can check about offsets by calling 1-800. Now I know this number, 1-800-304-3107. But everybody know who they are. If it was, but you can call that number to see who it was or who's taking your money. If it was for student loans and just say it was like March the 10th, you can call that number, 1-800-621-3115, and let them know. You're going to say, hey, my tax refund was offset for a student loan payment, and it was after the state of emergency date, and I was informed to call you to request that those funds be released or refunded back to me. They are supposed to give it to you. It is all everywhere in the law, everywhere. Even they have it where it says it. So you can call them and ask them that. Now, how fast they're going to get you your money back or all that, I don't know. But if you're somebody, especially somebody who I did their taxes and your full refund was taken, which means I didn't get paid, and I gave you this tip and you get your money, you need to be paying me my bill anyway. But if I'm helping you, telling you all this stuff, please just take care of your sister, because I can't work for free. It's like I don't think nobody can. But I think that's it. So definitely, and if you want to just learn how to, God forbid, something like this happens again, or just any emergency type of situation happens in your life where your financials change and you want to learn or have some options to not be negatively affected by it, visit MoniqueJAcademy.teachable.com and enroll in the Monique J Savings Club and the expense reduction course. Monique J Savings Club is $10 a month if you want to pay, which is $120 a year. If you want to pay for the full year up front, you can. It's $100. That means it saves you $20. And you wouldn't pay again until this time next year. But there is invaluable information there, but for only $100, you will get information that will help you save thousands, not even just save, bring money into your pocket, so that if a situation like this ever happens again, you will can be set up the way you should, which means you have at least 6 months of your living expenses already up in a savings account. That is what we should all be striving for in that savings club, as well as this expense reduction course. It will give you tools to help you be in a position, or put yourself in a position to where you can make that a reality. 6 months of your life expenses should be up in a savings. And if that was the case, if we were all in that position right now and we happen to not be working, you would still be striving to make sure that you get back working and get back to making money, but it wouldn't be as stressful because you know you already have your money up and you're able to take care of yourself for the next 6 months. Okay, so I think that's it, everybody. If you have no questions, I'm not sure if this video is private yet, but I will make it public yet. I will make it public so that you can share and help anybody who may have questions this morning. So payments did start going out. If your last tax return, your dependent on your return was 17 or older, your most recent tax return, which has to be at least 18 or 19 to qualify for the stimulus payment, that child or someone was 17 or older on that tax return, you will not get that dependent $500 payment for those persons. Okay? And all other stuff in the video, I'm going to put the link to go in and update your bank account information if you don't want your check mailed. In that link, it says get my payment. That's what you are looking to turn blue. Underneath it, if you're okay with waiting for your check to be mailed, but your address is incorrect, underneath the get my payment button, it is a change my address blue link as well. You can just go in there, change your address, and sit and wait. Your payments for mailing will start being mailed out at the beginning of May. Okay? Thanks so much for having Tableside Talk with Moe the Tax Pro this morning. We are talking about taxes. The Tableside Talk gonna be on all different things, but this is one of my areas of expertise in my profession. So this morning or today, right now, Tableside Talk is regarding your stimulus payment. I hope I helped you. Share, tell a friend, and tell a friend if you need to give them this information and you didn't get this from they or what they said or somebody said. You're getting this from Moe the Tax Pro, and it is up-to-date current information as of Monday. What's today's date? April the 11th, if I'm not mistaken. And 8:30 a.m. is when I got my most recent information, okay? All right, God bless you guys. Have a blessed day. Stay safe. Please, please be doing things in the house to boost your immune system. Try to eat better, but definitely be doing and eating immune boosting foods. I really appreciate if you do that, which is going to be loading up on vitamin C, loading up on vitamin D. I always say echinacea. If you see in the background, which you probably can't see it, CBD. Visit my company website, 66CBD. If you can see that there, that's the logo for it, SIXCBD.com. CBD is a natural, or the cannabis plant is a natural plant that has immune boosting properties in it as well. Turmeric, cayenne, all those things boost your immune system, I'm going to do Tableside Talk about that, all that later, but just wanted to put that in because I know y'all worry about your money, but I'm worried about your money and your health, because we're going to have to get outside and we got to make sure that our bodies are ready to fight off whatever comes along, anything that comes along, okay? All right, God bless you guys. Have a great rest of the day. This has been Monique J, aka Moe the Tax Pro. If you want to find out more, you want to contact me, visit MoniqueJE.com. God bless.